Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Crafting by the Falls. My name is Natalie. So it is Saturday, and it is our European Town Stitch Along. So this is how far I am right now. As you can see, I've kind of worked a little bit everywhere, kind of working on the wishing well here a bit in the window, and I have those two ladies. I want to get to that part to stitch it up and back stitch, but I'm just trying to fill in where I can, and I'm really surprised. I know I was stitching last night looking at this and going, you know, Natalie, the first month from January 1st to the 31st, I got about this much done. Now, I've only gotten this much done since the beginning of February. I'm like, what the heck is going on? But I know I've kind of ventured off, worked on a couple other kits, and I've been also diamond painting. So I know now why I'm having a little bit of a slower progress, but it is progress, and that's okay, right? There's no time frame on this kit, but I say it every week. I am still thoroughly enjoying this kit so much. So I think what I'm going to do for the time being is I was thinking of stitching in this area here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the camera and I'm going to turn the frame around, and yeah, we can start this stitch along. So I'll be right back. So here we go. I'm going to have to be mindful to stay in frame here, but if I go out of frame, yell at me. Let me know. I know sometimes I can just just keep on stitching. But anyways, hard to believe it's already a week. Where does the time go by, right? So fast. But I do look forward to always doing this with you. So, of course, today I'm filming on Friday, and I always got to tell you about my weather. And I've mentioned that Mother Nature will always give us a snowstorm around St. Paddy's Day. And here she is again. Of course, St. Paddy's Day is Tuesday, but it's always in that time frame. We got notification yesterday that we were going to get up to 13 or 30 centimeters of snow. And then it got dropped down to 15 centimeters. And so it was beautiful this morning. You could hear, spring is in the air because you hear the robins chirping in the morning and they're all happy. And then about mid-morning, things started getting quiet. Then next thing you know, I look out the window. It's snowing. And it's not just little snowflakes. It is those big, wet, I think beautiful snowflakes that you just love to go walking in, slowly falling down. But within an hour, we went from seeing the grass to being completely white. It has stopped snowing now at this moment. I don't know if we're going to get any more, but it stopped snowing. Oh, see? And I don't know if we're going to get any more, but they're also saying that we are supposed to get high winds. So it's a little windy, but nothing bad. So time will tell. So, yeah, just crazy. And for the past 2 weeks, the little rebel that I am, I've been refusing to wear my winter jacket. I'm so done with it, especially driving. I just find the winter jacket so bulky. And when I went to work yesterday, of course, I didn't wear my winter jacket. I took another jacket. And when I went into my clients, they're like, "Aren't you freezing?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I refuse to put my winter jacket on." So I think the forecast, this is our storm, and I think it's just going to get nicer. The crocuses and bulbs are starting to come up already, which is kind of sad because now there's snow on top of them, so you just see the tips of them, but hopefully that'll be the end of it. Because I think next Friday, which is the 20th, is the spring equinox. So we're one more week and we will be in spring. Yay! I think spring's such a beautiful time to see all the trees blossom, all the flowers, the bulbs. And then I just do up one planter for my front, and usually in the spring I'll get some cattails. I like pansies or the mini violets, so I'll get those. What else? Oh, I like putting mums in them. And I just kind of get the mini ones, like the 4-inch pots. And yeah, I like coming home and seeing flowers. Just always makes you feel so good. Then I'll change the planter for the summer. And last year, my daughter was really impressed because I got the mini pansies, and I had them till fall. And my daughter's like, how did you do that? She's like, usually they only last for a short time. I don't know. So, but yeah, last night I was looking at this kit and I thought, wow, I got so much done in the first month. But I was obsessed with this. That's all I was working on. So I guess I understand why I got so much done. But I know I've gotten a little bit busier, so I haven't been spending as much time. And then now, as I mentioned, I started diamond painting again. So that's been taking up a bit of my time. I'm on my fourth release square. The fourth one I've picked up. And I've already placed some ABs in like the snowy part of the trees. So I'm looking forward to getting some more of that done. So many things on the go and never enough time to get them done, right? I'm just gonna grab a drink. So I ran back over to the States yesterday after work because I was like, I'm having a 3-day pajama party. I don't plan to go out, but I know I do have to go out Sunday for a meeting, so I will have to get dressed, but I have stayed in my pajamas today. Been poking around the house and getting some phone calls done. And no, I didn't call my internet provider because it's actually been behaving. So we'll see how that goes. But I just find it so hard to get phone calls done and trying to get stuff because by the time you get home, it's late, you're tired. I really don't have patience on the phone. So I got that accomplished. Just been poking away at doing different things. I picked up some corned beef and cabbage. And I told my clients that was my plans for this weekend, some cooking and another meal I haven't figured out yet, but they were all happy to hear about the corned beef. Said, well, it's kind of late, but close enough to St. Patrick's Day. So they're really enjoying them, and I'm enjoying that they're liking them. Just like my cleaning, you know, when I leave, I know I've helped them, and that always is like the best reward for me. And when I give them the meals, it makes me feel good too, because I was seeing a lot of TV dinner boxes and that in the recycling. So now I'm seeing my tins that I put their food in. So that's making me feel good. So yeah, I'm going to do corned beef and cabbage. And then I'm going to do a vegetable tortellini soup. Last week I did chicken noodle and Italian wedding soup. And so a couple of them were asking, what do you plan on doing for the summer? Since, I'm making warm dishes, like kind of for the winter, the soups and chilies and that. I said, I plan on barbecuing. Oh, so they can't wait for that. But, oh yeah, I'm getting off topic here. I mentioned I went back over to the States yesterday because I wanted to be home for the weekend, so I wanted to get all my errands done. Because I just find it, you get sidetracked once you are busy running around. It's hard to stay focused and try to do everything. So I thought, you know what? I'll run over there because I would like to, this weekend, put my spring seasonal kits that I showed you I completed. I want to put them on the self-adhesive boards. And then what I plan to do is, the diamond painting books that we get with the plastic sleeves? Well, I have the huge one. I don't know what size it is. At A2. Like, it's the big one. So I think that's where I'm going to store my seasonal stuff, because I even have the seasonal gnomes of diamond paintings, and I only have I think 3 of those completed, but I have those stored in there. So I think that's going to be my go-to for changing the seasonals. And I think some of you have been on, some have said, oh, well, I'm only stitching European Town on the weekend. And I'm starting to think that's a really great idea. I'm thinking, as much as I keep on wanting to stitch on this, I'm not getting those other kits completed. And that is something that I really want to accomplish this year, is not to have too many starts, just finish off what I've started already. So I know my, was it Romantic Bike series? All I have to do on that, it's the fall bike, I think. Oh, wow. Yeah, I haven't completed that fall bike. So once I complete that one, then that series is done. Yeah. So that is kind of my plan. I don't think we're going to be disturbed by Tina, because I left her downstairs under the blanket. Of course, the blanket's on, And it is a little chilly, so I can't see her creeping out. I hope she don't come up here because I have her blanket on me right now so, and I'm not going to share. Oh. Are you using your Painting Fairy scissors? Are they not amazing? I think they're so great. My mouth is really dry today. Probably dehydrated. Didn't have enough coffee this morning. Oh, Natalie found a new snack I love. You know how I mentioned I picked up the Jif peanut butter and chocolate. That stuff's better than Nutella, I think. So when I was over in England, I discovered rice cakes with chocolate on them. And I have found them now here in Canada. But when I left England, I think I had like 6 packs of those things to come home. Absolutely love them. But I put some of that peanut butter and chocolate on the rice cake. Oh, is it yummy. It is a very nice snack. I will admit, I love my sweets. And I got some Jaffa cakes, which I know are European. Discovered those also when I was over in England or Holland. I don't know. Anyways, so I got some of those too. I did pick up butter because the butter is much cheaper, even with the exchange of the dollar. And I love butter. So I got 2 pounds of butter. I got actually some oat milk coffee creamer. And I'm going to try it out. I have tried it before. I actually don't mind it. But it is a little costly. And I got it for less than half the price. So I'm going to try it out. It's kind of great when you live on a border town, because actually I've been really shocked at the wait times going over. There's like there's always more of a wait going into the States, but it's maybe 1 or 2 cars ahead of you. And it's not been that bad. And coming home yesterday, one of the one of the, actually no, two booths were opened. It's always like, which one do I go to? So I picked my booth and went there. Again, it was a guy this time. And, you know, we talked for about five minutes at least. Didn't even see anybody come. But in this area, there's 4 border crossings within a half an hour. So, there's 3 in Niagara Falls, but one of them is Nexus Bridge, and you can only use it if you have Nexus. So that one's usually quiet, but enough people still use that one. And then, yeah, and then there's one down in Fort Erie that brings you over to Buffalo. So, but yeah, I can go over. I can be there within, I don't know, I can be at Hobby Lobby within 20 minutes, really. So, I have gotten those self-adhesive boards up at Mary Maxim, but that's like an hour and a half drive from here. Oh, wow, it just got dark. Do we need a light? Give me 1 second and I'll see. Yeah, is it ever dark? Oh, maybe we got more snow coming. Yoo-hoo. Is this on? Let's see. We'll do lights action. I hope that's okay. Now, I just hope my hand don't cause any blinding here. Or is there a shadow? No, looks good. Yeah, I forget what I was saying now. It's raining. Oh my goodness. Well, that's why there's that dark cloud. And it's so funny. You look into the horizon and you see it light. And then there's like this layer of lighter gray cloud. And then there's this big poofy dark gray cloud. And it's raining. Crazy. And I've heard, well, the weather's been bad actually everywhere because a couple days ago, not yesterday, the day before, we just got rain, but about maybe 2 hours east, they got freezing rain, and actually, I think parts of the highways were closed. They got really bad. And then I know out west, they're calling for snow. Yeah. It's that wonky time of the year. I also called to get my car in for the air conditioning. Yee-hoo! I hope I can get it done. I can't do another year. driving around. Some days it was so bad that I made sure when I left the client's house, it was like I'd wet a rag so I could put it on my neck, keep me cold or cooler. So that is going to get done. So that'll be off my list of things to do. And then this weekend, I got to organize a bit more in here. I got to put some stuff away and I think reshuffle a little bit of stuff. So, plan to do that. What did you think of the Painting Fairy kits this week? They were really, I did, be prepared. This week I did all small. And next week I have large kits again. I try to stay, I try to get a bit of everything. And, but I was really happy that I was able to get 8 of those kits. And it seemed like quite a few enjoyed the hydrangea one. And then the sewing machine. And the cat and fish. They were all cute. And the lavender one. And I loved the car one because, you know, I love my cars. That one I'm going to set aside for this summer when I go to probably one of the car shows or even cruise night. It'll kind of be on my, I'll keep it in a project bag and take it with me when I go. I'm looking forward to doing the car shows this year. I think this year, I've talked, a lot of the guys, they're older. They're kind of grumpy, but anyways, no. They kind of get set in their ways. And I'm still a little bit adventurous. And like I said to them, you know, a lot of the times we'll just stay in this area and we'll only drive maximum, say, a half an hour to go to one of the car shows. And there was one car show that we drove for about an hour. And I love it when we're all together. And then there's like 8 cars or whatever. But I'm like, that's what's so fun. You drive your car because you enjoy driving your car. I just don't want to hop in my car and drive 10 minutes and then sit for a couple hours and drive it another 10 minutes to get back home. No. So last year I did what they call the Dream Drive. And it started down in Fort Erie, which, as I mentioned, is across from Buffalo, and did a stretch on Highway 3. And that goes, if you know anything about Lake Erie, it follows the top of Lake Erie right from this end of Fort Erie all the way down to almost London, which is about a 5-hour drive. So some of the guys said that they were going to go about 2 hours, and I had it in my head I wanted to do the whole run, which went up to St. Thomas. And again, they're retired, so they decided around 10 o'clock. We were just on the road for about 45 minutes. They were going to stop into this place and have breakfast. And this place is notorious for being slow. So I thought, oh, I'll have a coffee. But even getting a coffee is slow. And I was like, I sat there for 10 minutes and I was like, no, it's already 10 o'clock. I know how long it's going to take to drive. And then I got to come back. And all along that way too, there's pit stops in different towns. And different car clubs have different things going on. And you can meet up with other people, live music, selling, you know, hot dogs, hamburgers, and then vendors. And it's a really cool thing. So I ended up taking off. I went on my own. And when you do this whole highway, all you're seeing is old classic cars. Either you're behind some or some are coming the other way. And they do this whole route. So I was going west, and then there was people coming from the west to the east, coming down to Buffalo. Well, Fort Erie. Well, I didn't get home that night till, I think it was like 8:30 at night. It was a long day, but I'll tell you, was it ever fun? And I think my car was happy that she got a really good run in. So this year I plan to go out of town, I think, for car shows. Oh, who is here? It's our special guest, Tina. What are you doing? What are you doing up here? What, baby? Oh, Mommy's using the blankets. Oh, don't give me those eyes. I got another blanket up on the bed for you. I don't know. I think maybe she woke up and went, hey, where are you? Do you have to go out? Oh, okay. I'm gonna, oh, she's not gonna be happy. It's still raining out there. I have to go let her out. So I'm just gonna pause and I'll be right back. I'm back. You know, I wish I would have had my camera on me. So I open the door. Tina goes to take a step out and she's like turning her head, looking around, going like, what the heck? The snow, right? And then she looks around and then she looks up at me like, what's going on? Why is there snow out here? She was not impressed. And on top of it, I don't know if you can hear the rain hitting the window, but yeah, now the winds are starting to pick up, so we might get the high winds. I know sometimes no one said anything. I hope you follow because I know I get sidetracked. Start one conversation and then zing, I'm going in a different direction. But as I mentioned, I am enjoying these stitch alongs. I still have it in me. I want to do a live. I don't know when, and when I'll get enough nerve up. You know what my biggest fear is? I'm gonna go live and no one shows up. So you make sure that if you don't want to miss it, have your notifications on, and it will be on the weekend, and if I'm gonna do it, it could be a Saturday or Sunday. And I've thought about what time I would do it, because I know everybody's in different time zones. So how do I pick a good time? And I think my thoughts, and anytime you can jump in and give me suggestions. I'm thinking it would be like probably 1 or 2 my time, because I know if, say, I even say 2 o'clock, I do 2 o'clock, England's 5 hours ahead, so that would be like 7 o'clock at night. And then going west, if I do it at, say, 2 o'clock, then it could be anywhere from, say, 9, 10 west. And that's going out to, like, the West Coast, as in British Columbia or California. So I think that might be a pretty even type of time to do it, so that I'm not missing anybody. Because I really would enjoy the interaction. I think it would be really fun, because I know there's some of you that have a pretty good sense of humor, and I think it'd be great, especially if there's many of us commenting, right? So we'll see. I never thought I would be here. Like, come November, it'll be 3 years that I've been on here. Met a lot of amazing people. I hate to... Just give me a second, because I don't like to... You know what? Where did I finish off? I'm kind of picky on my back. I think I'm right about here. We'll see. I'm just gonna leave that there, because then later I'll go back and I'll finish that off on the back. Because when I started over on that side, I was finishing off, and I like to leave my ends underneath so they're secure. I know we all have our preferences, right? Listen to that rain. What is it? Rain, rain, go away, come back another day. Something like that. It's been a long time. Even the flowers, the bulbs are probably going, what the heck's going on? I guess I should push this up. There we go. So yeah, I did Painting Fairy last week. This next week will be FG Normal. I'm excited to do these kits. Again, they're going to be large. Just warning you. You know I like to do sets. I'm going to give you a little teaser. But it is a set. So I plan to do 2 on Tuesday and the other 2 on Thursday. And then, of course, come back Saturday for our European town. My goal is to kind of work around here so that I can start back stitching this end of the house. Getting back, so I have a question. So someone made a comment about the thread bobbins you get from Painting Fairy. And I said I don't use those. And I kind of jokingly said, well, it's hard to teach old dogs new tricks, right? So my question, because I'm just wondering, so you would park a thread, like say in this red box, right? And then you just start it. Like if you do the, oh my God, I'm losing my words. Loop start, you would just fasten it and then just put the floss to the side and then go say over to this color and do a loop start and then just so then you wrap it. I don't get how you do it. I'm being honest. Because as you can see how I stitch, I kind of fill in. So I'll just do all the same colors and I just thread up a couple needles. And I just, usually when I say I know I'm finishing for the night, I will just finish the thread and end it off, and I know where, how can I say it? I know then say tomorrow morning, I'll just finish off with like the green if I knew I was working on the red area. Does that make sense? I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm thinking anyways. Oh, I just looked up. Oh my. So I told you that you could see like light and then a light gray and then the dark gray cloud. Well, now where it was like really light, it is like black. Not looking good. Actually, we had thunderstorms last week also. That was weird. We had thunderstorms. And they were a lot of lightning and a lot of them happening close by. I used to be petrified of storms. I remember one time I was at my granny's and it was really bad, and my granny was afraid of thunderstorms. I was probably a teenager, and it wasn't stopping. And I got to a point I was like, and I never did this before. I went into my granny's room and I'm like, Granny, are you awake? She's like, yeah, which I knew she would because she was scared of them too. I said, do you think I can come and sleep with you? Well, yes. I think she was just as happy as I was. The two big chickens in bed, but still bothers me to be outside when it storms, but I can at least handle thunderstorms now. It's weird sometimes, the things that bother you. I just tell myself, how many storms have you been through? How many have hurt you? This is another time. Well, how old? I finished high school, and I got myself an apartment, and my roommate ended up being one of my brother's friends, and they were in the fire hall, and it started storming, and he was all excited. He's like, yes. They were volunteers, so he was like, we're gonna get a call, and I was like, you can't leave me, you have to stay here. He's like, no, I'm going on the call. Well, sure enough, the pager goes off. Oh, God. I fell to the floor. I grabbed his ankle, and he's dragging me down the hallway. And I'm like, you can't leave me. He's like, I'm going on the call. Yeah, he left me. Oh, my goodness. Kind of funny thinking back to these stories. Yeah. But I'm all grown up now. I'm not scared of storms. Just don't put me outside. Oh, the good old days. I watched this one channel on YouTube. That's another good thing. It was like, if you grew up in the 60s or the 70s, and then you watch them, and it's like the meals that were typical back then, what the furniture looked like. They'll play commercials or show you TV shows from that time, and it's just like, what a blast from the past. Especially all the one that I thought was like, oh yeah. As a kid, Sears used to put out their catalog, and it was like the wish list, and at the front was all the new toys and bikes and everything. And I remember my brother and I would go, oh, I missed 3 stitches here. Oh, darn. My brother and I would go through the catalogs and we would check off our wish list. Even phone books. Now, oh my goodness, the phone book that you get, if you're lucky you even get a phone book, so small. And even the newspapers, they used to be so thick on the weekend with flyers and the comics. Now, oh my goodness, the paper's so thin. One of my clients has the old rotary phone, and she keeps it because her great grandkids love coming in and using it and dialing it. Do you remember dialing that? Oh boy. And that was the other thing too. One of the videos they showed was like, you know, during your time, these are the things that were invented or, you know, were made. And of course it was like the gaming, you know, how, you know, Atari came along. Well, you went from 8 tracks to cassettes, and then you had your LPs, but then you had the cassette Walkman. Just think of all that stuff, like just... I'm glad I grew up when I did. I think it was pretty good childhood memories. And it was of the time that, you know, if you were running on the streets, you may not have been close to home, but if one of your friend's mothers seen you doing something wrong, you got in heck from them, just like it was your own mother. I think it was a good time. I wasn't one of those childs that got in trouble. A lot of my friends got in trouble. I have one best friend from childhood. She always calls me the goody two-shoe. Because, well, again, back then you used to play chase and stuff like that, and they used to, well, in fall, the chestnuts would fall. They would chuck chestnuts at cars driving by, but when they would go to do that, I'd be like, okay, I'm going home. We have good laughs. Actually, I went and seen her a couple weeks ago. She's sick, and she's had to move back home with her mom and stuff like that. Her mom's her mom was there, and we started talking about, things when we were younger, and she was just shaking her head at us. She still lives in her childhood home. And of course, I'm sure it's the same with you. You go back to the area you grew up in, or maybe you're still even in that area, but things change. And it really, I don't know, for me, it bothers me to see the change, because back then it was just, I don't know, it was just a quiet, nice area, and they've ripped down a lot of the old houses and have built new modern homes, so you just don't get that same vibe, I should say, as if when I was growing up. I'm gonna make a mess here. I'm gonna have to do this. Yeah, what's Natalie working on, right? I'm on my last one. I usually, because now with these little pieces, I got areas down below. I'll just use those and go fill in there. None of it's wasted. And then I'll check out what color I will do next. I actually have to diamond paint tonight. I enjoy doing that at night. That's usually what I'll do after dinner. It's still dark out there. Well, I think I would prefer rain over snow, so I'll take it. It's washing the windows. Yeah. So do you have anything planned for this weekend? You gonna have a pajama party too? For me, I like being comfortable. I'm still doing stuff around the house. And of course, it's the weekend, so it's laundry time. But yeah, I go and poke around, and I have to bargain with myself. Okay, you can only cross stitch till, or finish off this thread. Then you have to go do the dishes. I make my list of things I want to accomplish for the weekend. And half the time I don't get everything done, but it will carry on for next weekend. Right? There's always next weekend. Yeah. I think it'll be nice once you get over to just over here. You can see how much color blocking there is, so hopefully that'll fly by. Yeah, I love looking at this, especially when I'm coming down the stairs where I have it sitting. It's just like, oh, You're seeing it. Like, it's like the house now is completely done. So nice. And then, of course, like right, oh, I can't see, but there's another house that's really close. This will definitely be a beautiful piece when it's done. I think I'll just finish this off and we will call it a day. I got to remember to get back up there. Do those 3 little squares. Because I know I was looking all in that area, because I did fill in, looking to see if there was any more, and I was like, no, I don't see any more. That's why I say sometimes, can you see, where is it? Right here? No. So I'm going to push it. Where's my finger? Right here. See these 3 stitches? 1, 2, 3. That's where I talked about making sure you kind of got to practice what I preach here. But that's where I say it's important that you kind of do certain symbols first so that when you start stitching around, they don't get camouflaged in, right? I think my biggest fear would be, you know, to do this and then wash it and then discover you're missing some stitches. And then you'll have to pull out the chart. But to be honest, now that I'm looking at that, I think I would catch it anyways before then, because I need to backstitch the roof. So I probably would have caught that. But just in case. Well, it'll be interesting to see where I finish off, where I will be next week when we come back. I got to figure out a system. Am I going to stitch European Town just on the weekend? And try finishing off my other stuff during the week? Because like I told you, it's sitting here in a basket of the stuff I got to do. I think I'm going to have to put myself on a schedule or a routine, because I think I would stitch this all the time. I have been. And even if I doubt it, this is a big if, but if I'm in the mood for framing this weekend, I got to get my daughter's picture done. That was the cardinal. It was for me, but then she's seen it. Oh, big news alert flash here. My daughter tried diamond painting last week, and she's been diamond painting. She would never, ever consider it before. And she always did paint by numbers, or she was doing those small models. But, so of course, I went through all my stuff looking, because she mentioned, she goes, I think I want to try it. So I gave her storage containers and different kits to choose from. The ones that I knew she would probably like. So she is working on one. And I got to get her into the cross stitch. I've given her a couple kits, but she did try a little bit and she forgot how to do it. So she did ask me a while ago to help her. So there. Well, I think I was very long-winded today. I really didn't stop talking. Obviously, you didn't mind, because if you're still hearing this, you didn't mind. Well, another week gone. So I will be back on Tuesday. I hope you'll come back and join me. And remember, put the notifications on, because you never know. Maybe this weekend I may even do a live. I doubt it, but hey, you never know, right? So, until next time, thank you for coming and joining me. I've really enjoyed it, and I'll be back on Tuesday. Okay, take care. Bye for now.